Hey guys, young superintendent right here. This video obviously is going to look a lot different than some of the few previous videos that you'll see as a part of this entire video. Man, this project has been a whirlwind. Obviously, we've gotten a lot of things done here, but there's just been so many changes. So once I kind of do a little walkthrough of the project and kind of show you what we've been doing, we'll take a seat down in my office and kind of discuss some of these changes and potentially how you could be better prepared for something like this. And I mean, sometimes when it becomes necessary, how you can go above and beyond so that you don't have to deal with kind of what we're doing right now. And a lot of it is basically, pre-project doing site surveys that needed to be done by the electrical engineering team, the plumbing engineering team, the architect. And I know, you try to point the finger at, these other industries, the design team and all that. But I mean, to an extent, you still can do your due diligence because in the end, you're going to be the one implementing everything that they're designing or trying to design. And so once we, do a little walkthrough of the project so you can see some of the progress from the initial portion of this video, let's talk all about that. So currently we are in the phase 2 office of my project. We are in South San Francisco, and we are doing this project for a life science company that's out here, and we got a lot of them down here. There's Genentech out here, AstraZeneca, I mean, you name it. If they're in life science, they are basically here in South San Francisco. And so we are in the lab portion. We got some conference rooms, huddle rooms, another big conference room right here. Look at all that ductwork we have going on there. That was kind of one of the owner changes that they wanted to, they didn't like ceilings, and so they wanted to go to all exposed. And that's not just for the open office, but also for the individual offices and conference rooms. So there's a lot of extra stuff that we're having to do, and they didn't realize that's what we were gonna have to do. So that's just something that we're currently working through. We got a phone room right here, another huddle. And then this is where some of the personal offices go. So see one right here. And again, all of this is going to be exposed. For example, like this soffit you see right here that we had to do, this wouldn't have been necessary if we were able to go with, a grid ceiling, which was originally part of the design. But in order to avoid this big ugly duct that we had right there, we did an offset so that we could bring our wall up to height. And it's gonna be interesting, but they said that they want this cheap industrial look. So, and let's walk on over to the lab. So this is where we start the lab portion of the job, and as you can see, we have some big headers going along right here, right there, and then there's another one right there. So basically, we're gonna have a glass wall there, glass wall further down, and then a glass wall on this side, and so that basically the occupants in the office can basically see all the way through going down into the lab, so that they can basically see everything. This area right here is going to be more of like a demo area for all of their lab machine equipment. Don't necessarily know what the scope is. Again, once we sit down in the office, we can kind of go over some of those intricacies that we've been having on this project. But this is the start of the lab, and then we go into here. And this is where you kind of see some of the blue piping for lab waste and lab venting. We got some of our lines on test. Our plumbers have been busting it out on the site. So, doing all of our lab runs. So we have nitrogen, clean dry air, CO2, deionized water, and then obviously all of the blue piping for those vents and wastes. So here we're gonna have some tissue culture rooms. There's gonna be an equipment room right here, and then there's gonna be a biology lab on this side, and then we also have a tissue culture room and then a biology lab over here. And so I can show you again, plumbers are active on site right now. So we're gonna have over here, we're gonna have incubators going along this wall, and then we're gonna have biosafety cabinet over here, and then a biosafety cabinet over there. And there's another space, another tissue culture room where we're gonna have basically that same set of biosafety cabinet, incubators, and biosafety cabinet. Company that we're currently doing this project for, they are basically, to my, construction understanding of what they're doing, is they are trying to manipulate sales in order to better the lives of people in regards to the longevity of life and I guess the quality of life that they're living. So somehow they're trying to manipulate sales to basically, to my understanding, make us live longer. If you agree with that, cool. But anyways, cool concept. I don't think I'll be participating in that, but obviously a really cool thing to be researching and working on. And again, pretty awesome opportunity for us as a construction company to be building for that type of research. And so because we're in an occupied basically building, the other half of this building, there's live labs, ongoing work going over there. I have signage everywhere. So to help mitigate with noise, I have basically protected these doors, and then I have signs, saying like, please keep this door closed at all times. Some people don't know how to read, or they just don't want to read. And then to help, mitigate the doors that we're going in and out of, I've put signs on other doors like, do not use this door at all. Just finding ways to, keep people in certain areas so that, we're not having to worry about, access and, making sure these other areas are clean, and we can just keep everything in one area, because not only are we on this side of the building, but I have work going on the other side of the building as well, where they're supposed to be building the gym, and again, something else that we're working through as well. So this one just let people know that, hey, we're not going through there. Got plastic on that door, just to say, hey, this is the path that I've shown on the logistics plan. Please follow it. And just as an added safety or caveat, I put up signage everywhere to kind of help people understand, what the construction path is. Something else to think about, depending on the area that you're working in. Some places, have a designated company that you have to go through for site dumpsters and whatnot. So we got ours out here surrounded by fencing. I think up through the city of South San Francisco, you have to go through this company called South San Francisco Scavengers. So that's the only company that you can use. So it must be pretty nice. So we have them basically going on they come out here every 3 weeks to help us to change out our dumpsters. So as you can see right now, demoing out all this duct work. Currently doing that, and I have my demo crew on site as well, dropping all of that. And this space is pretty simple. It's going to be open, as you can see, like this. And something to also talk about in regards to doing these pre-site surveys. So we open up some walls, and there's some pipes. Obviously, these pipes are going to stay here. This is probably something that could have been caught by a plumbing engineer or whoever, or if the as-built aren't that good, it's really hard to kind of identify these items. So now what we have to do is open up this wall, relocate this vent line to go over there, and the same thing for this lab vent line. This is gonna have to get relocated because obviously you don't want that in an open area. This is something that could have been captured early on. And again, I potentially could have done my due diligence in trying to find all these locations, but that's just something that the owner wasn't willing to pay for in regards to doing site investigations. So now that we found that, there's a whole change order in regards to, well, these were unforeseen conditions, we need to take care of them. And sometimes owners don't get too happy about that, but they got to understand, if you want to make sure everything's done right, you got to pay for it.